What is going on, my people? Welcome back to the channel for another album review. I'm your boy Naseem the Dream. If you're new to the channel, go right on ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the bell as well to always keep notified on my newest content. And today I will be reviewing the newest Conway the Machine album, God Don't Make Mistakes. Introducing the newest installment from Desmond Price, Buffalo rapper, 1/3 of rap group Griselda, professionally known as Conway the Machine. This is a rapper to be considered a pretty prolific hip-hop artist at this point, with coming out with a pretty large amount of records and projects over the past 4 years. Being familiar with Griselda for a decent minute at this point, I was undoubtedly impressed from not only what Conway brings with his unique presence on a verse, but also with his incredible songwriting skill. One of the records that really caught my attention and to me really centered that spotlight around Conway's immense talent comes from his debut studio record, From King to a God. I found there to be so many thought-provoking ideas and lyrics packed into this record that I feel really turned heads into attention to his craft and the contributions that he brings to his music and to others. Initially just getting known with the group, it can be assumed that Beanie the Butcher is the carrier of the heaviest weight for the group, but at this point, with all the solo projects that all three of them have released together, there really is just that true value quality coming from all three of these guys, which is the biggest reason why I think so highly of all of them. Coming into this newest record, being the first being released out of Shady Records, just off of the teaser tracks, I certainly gained the high expectations for this record, but to be honest, I would just be pretty shocked if this record just plummets its reign of consistency based from the other records that we have gotten from Conway. One of the highlights I want to bring up off the track list comes from the track Tear Gas featuring Rick Ross and Lil Wayne. I am a little bit iffy on that Conway hook, but the bar for this track is hard. And just to play out that iconic 2010 roll of hip hop, it really just suits the picture and you really get the best from these two artists. Certainly like how I felt like in their prime at the time. I'm really loving the sample work as well as the song Piano Love, which of course was orchestrated and put together by the one and only The Alchemist. But to me, the nation capital of this record comes from the song Wild Chapters, produced by Hit Boy featuring T.I. and Novell. This is just a tremendous loop onto this beat. It loses none of this taste all the way through the end of the track. By the way, the guest selection just really couldn't be any more perfect on this song. Novell's melodics and harmonic structures are just so fantastic, and T.I. just sounds right. He sounds like he belongs into this beat. It was made for T.I. For a sample that comes off just so alluring to me, comes off from the song Piano Love, and of course was crafted by the one and only The Alchemist, which by the way also produced the closer onto this record before I forget to mention that. The contrast with the piano playing and subs are just so rich and well mixed. Conway drilling through this mix, it feels very noir-like. Drumwork continues on with the heat, fire verses left and right, dummy strength on these verses. These are just too wavy. And I decided to right my wrongs and wrote a jam first, cause if it jam first, they'll never kill me like a cancer. She left me in the game, I lock in and voltage. She threw me bomb pussy, so I had to LaVisca Chenault it. Sheesh! Then we got the almighty Griselda uniting for the track John Woo Flick. These dudes for me right now are the king of ad-libs. It's linen. Bo, 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 bo. Hey, yo. I'm pretty sure I mentioned something like this when I first reviewed this track initially when it came out, but I just feel like every time these guys get together, it just feels like the Avengers getting together and just ready to whoop some ass. Or if we're gonna make some WWE references because of how fond the group is of WWE, sounds like Evolution fucking breaking through the glass. The following track, Stress, is another track that I initially reviewed prior to this full album review. If you remember, this was a track that had some of the most daring and harrowing lyrics off to the record, referring to specific things that stress out Conway throughout his life. People stressing about real life shit, you stressing your bills. And not too long after, my cousin hung himself. I never told nobody, but I lost a son myself. How do you respond after that? Do y'all feel like you were able to think after hearing that? I was pretty struck after that. It is really sad. That shit fucking, I don't know what it was, dude. It was that stanza that just, whew. There's even some essential R&B moments onto this record too, with the track Chanel Pearls that features from R&B symbol Jill Scott, which by the way I thought nailed this performance not only with her singing but with her rap verse as well. To me, when I play this, I just get so many 70s to 80s film inspirations with a lot of the production on this record. This record can make you feel like you're in the lore of films such as The Godfather, Boys in the Hood, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. There's just this feel that is just filmed into this classic vintage camera roll all over this album, feeling different and all new all over the place, but always classic. Where I thought the realness and devastation was met to its peak on the song Stressed, comes back around and just meets a new level with a closer track that circles around Conway's experience of him being shot back in 2012 in the head, thus leading to a severe trauma condition called Bell's palsy. But during this track, we see Conway questioning what would happen if some of the things after that didn't happen the way that they did. Questioning what if what the doctors were telling him at the time were right and he wasn't going to be able to pursue his rap career. Probably even thinking, what if he didn't make it that day? What if he just died? Then we get a visual of Conway being in his hospital bed, being comforted from the words from his mother, saying that things happen for a reason while she's praying for her son to get out of recovery and make it out alive. This is just a really heavy record, man. Really heavy. Even though there might have been a track or two on this record that didn't really resonate with me as much as the really hot spots onto this track list, I didn't feel like they took any quality away from any of the other songs nor this whole record. It's so great and uncommon to find a hip-hop artist or just an artist in general that is just somewhat stays in that same universe of hip-hop influence, but always goes for a new take on something and always figures out how to form something so distinctly different from the last project that they released. Now that artists like Conway are getting such heavy recognition from rap contemporaries and now come with just the full potential of what and whom they can bring into the workshop and come out with the best quality on demand. I sincerely enjoyed this new Kanye record. This is one of the biggest reasons why conscious hip-hop and abstract hip-hop are just some of the most top-tier hip-hop listens on here, and my personal favorites. Class. This just spits class, elegance, culture, artistry, hardship, harrowing, and some of the most terrific quality front to back on our record, and I highly recommend this one. I'm gonna give Conway the Machine's God Don't Make Mistakes an 88%. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, go ahead and like, share, and comment down below what you thought of this record, and if you're not already, subscribe to the channel. Down in the description, you'll see all my separate tracklist ratings for the album, more videos, and also the links to my social media accounts, so you can keep up with me on the daily, and I'm gonna catch you in the next one. So